Okay folks, so back to this. Sorry, I actually got a bit heavy-handed with mine, peeled bits off and I ripped it. So this first one is in 3 bits, I think, but that's okay. It makes it more manageable to show you anyway. All right, now I've mixed up a bit of like a wash, okay, because I'm going to sort of like join all this together. I'm using burnt umber. I quite like that one. Oh, that's the new range that you're doing at the new range you're doing at the range at the moment, and I quite like it, to be honest, and it's not that expensive. So yeah, I'm going to use that. I've just used a dollop and then watered it down. I check on like paper. That's it on. That's the gesso bits there. That's non-gesso. That's already had a bit of paint on. So that's picked up quite nice. That was over acrylic paint. Look, so it's picked up on the bits that here, which is lovely. So I sort of do a test piece. That's on just, that was too strong when I first done it. So, and that's another bit drying, but still quite usable. So they're all there. So I'm going to lightly brush over. I've got a very soft makeup brush. Okay. So I just put a little bit in and just do a little test piece on some paper to see. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. And I'm going sort of, I'm missing bits too, if you know what I mean. So, and it'll have a more of a vintage vibe on this one. There, which I wanted on that. That's blue here. So I mean the actual acrylic usually acts as a bit of a barrier, so it just changes its tone, but it doesn't take it away, if you know what I mean. Okay, and then don't forget it dries lighter as well. So let's put these out. I don't think it'll stick to anything, so I'm not worried. It's so funny. Look, another big bit come off. The paper, the real thin paper, is okay, but anything thicker than that, then wouldn't having it. So, you know, this is going to be over stamped as well, so and if anything, those bits that are missing are great because it gives us a bit of space to put something. Let's see how it is over pink rather. It looks like a bit here that's not sticking. So I think that bit had glue on. These bits are great, by the way. They will be used. Interesting stuff to work with anyway, so I've learned a lot using it. Okay, right, my thoughts on it. Don't like the acrylic. I don't like the acrylic paint on it. I think it's very dingy. Okay, so I was just going to show you something. Look, I can brighten it up with splashes, paint splashes, which I will use, but I just find it a little bit dingy looking, and it was a lot of trouble for what it's worth with all the bits of paper coming off. Yeah, but I still got them and I will use them, no problem. But what I do like about what happened is on the back, yeah, where, you know, where it's, because it's for a thermal printer, it turns black, you know, when it heats up when you print. And I like the fact that you could use gesso. This gesso is just sort of bits that have been picked up, you know, when I've been working. And that is absolutely gorgeous. And the more you heat it up, the blacker it goes. Yeah, I think actually it might even, I'm just seeing if that, see, just peels off. Absolutely, just doesn't stick. Not all of it. It's weird stuff. So yeah, but that bit I love. and that's stamped would be absolutely beautiful. I love it. Look at it. So I found that out today. So that's great. So I have found a use for it because I would use it for that, and I'm just wondering how it will stamp, and I'm going to try a bit out of these because this is, you know, my little bits that I've tore up and everything, so especially this bit. So I will, yeah, let's see that bit. It's all stuck on there quite nicely, so very odd, but let's see if it's stamped, shall we? I'm going to use archival first, and I'm going to have to use black. Okay, let's just get a stamp here. Okay, let's see how that works. Now that is cool. Yeah, now that's a nice bit of collage or whatever. Lovely. I'm going to carry on doing that. I really like it. So it's just cheap old stamp. I've just stuck together with a bit of tape. I might do that. Might go the other way with the other one. It's fine. Just always rip that down. I'm not worried about that space at the top. So this one, we can go this way. Okay. That is great. Absolutely. Love it. It's that. Right, it's going to put a bit on here just to see what it's like, but like I said, I'm preferring the other side. So let's put a bit on here. Do that first, and we need some more stamps. So haven't got, oh no, I want numbers and things like that really, because of what we've got going on here. We want sort of text, more text. There's a big bit here wanting to come off, folks. Look. So there's no point in it being there. Okay. That's plenty going on there. Right, where are we? Have we got any more? I think I've done it. Let's have a look. Let's do that just in case we like that. It's all right. I reckon a bit of white pen on there, if it works, will be quite nice. That was the one that's really, really dingy. Okay. But I'm just not trusting this here. Okay. See, they start coming to life with a new layer, don't they? They go through that really, really ugly stage. Okay. All right, let's have a look. I love the back. But I work with those. No problem. Those, again, those are the sort of things that I put away and really like later on. Yeah. It just happens. I pick them up and I think, oh, that's a nice bar. I know exactly what I'm going to use those for. When I first do them and I look at them and I think, oh, so dull. All right, that's that. So we'll leave them there for a minute. Oh, sorry. I've got loads of handmade stamps, by the way. Thanks. Loads and loads. I won't do that today because that's really another project. So I do want to make something with what we've got. Let's have a few of those on this one. Bit of foam, punched out twice. No, actually that was a die cut, not punched out. And go through the punch. I've just done it twice, look, because there's only thin foam. Okay, right. Got to see how it reacts now with some glaze. And that usually brightens it up. It should be okay. I use the matte one. If you haven't seen me use this, it's for furniture. Okay, it's just really economical. And that's it there. Okay, it's great for sealing chalk paint. Okay, water-based. And again, I use quite a soft brush for this. Things do come to life as soon as you put it on. But if you've got the Tim Holtz, you know, glaze, perfect. And I do that, and then I was going to try actually the spattering on top of it before I put this, but I usually put this on and then do the spattering because I'm usually using the distress ink, so I need to seal it first. Because I don't know whether you've noticed, if you use distress oxide, then you try and put acrylic like splatters on the top, the distress just sort of absorbs it and it goes a bit yellowy or orange or takes on the colour from the underneath. So I usually seal it. Beginning to like that now. Let's do this one. I quite like this one. Do I want to seal that one yet? No, but I might do this side. Okay, didn't do that bit there. Right, okay, get those dry. Right, another interesting thing happened today. Right, remember the ones that were black? Okay, that's putting the sealer on, turned them white. The bit that didn't catch, you can tell that bit that didn't catch the sealer there stayed black. That is really strange. What strange stuff to work with. It really is odd. Yeah, but anyway, these are fine. I like these. Yeah, you see, they stay, look at the colour difference. And I bet if I put the sealer on that, it would go white. But I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it off, but the sealer's on the front. And those are looking okay. Time you cut some out of those, they will be fine. So yeah, it's definite, like, wow, would I use that again? I don't think so. Not, you know, I just don't know. I'm going to have to find something. I do like the black, I must say, so I might use it for that. I might put some sort of different colours on and then make the rest go black, because I do like what's happened with that. You know, like this bit here. That is actually really nice to do something. Right, let's do something with that. I need some bits around me though, because I've put it all out of the way. So keep the bits here. I've got my other one drying. Sorry, these are all silly little bits that I might do something with. So who knows, but the colour's a bit dingy for me. But it wouldn't be if I put some... I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. Let's... That's actually quite nice, but that bit there I love. So let's put some splatters on. So I'll go ahead and do that. You've seen me do that before. I've got a splatter box and put it in there, and I've got some watered down acrylic paint. All right, and I'll just splatter them, get them dry, and then come back. Right, okay, that worked. Just that bit of, you know, the dull papers. Look, even this bit here that hasn't been, because we've done the back, didn't we, that one? But that one there that hasn't actually had any varnish on or anything is lovely. Quite usable now. Yeah, and I love those bits. Those, look at that. That's my bit that I want to use in a minute. So, of course, heating it up made it even go darker, but that is lovely. And that's that one there. Okay. And that was a bit of paper I showed you where I used too strong, you know, wash. And that's lovely. So, yeah. And I've got a whole piece outside. So, I've got quite a bit of fodder there that I've learned a lot. You know, this stuff is not that versatile, to be honest. So, I'm going to find new ways to work with it, because I've got about 20 rolls. And it's a shame. I don't want it just to go in the landfill. So I think, you know, stitching it together and everything, I'm going to stitch some. I'm going to stitch some and try that. And then I have to get back to you at a later date to see what's actually happened, you know, and what I've done with it. So, yeah. I mean, I like the front and the back of that one, really. So I didn't splatter that because I thought I might decorate that a little bit with a white pen. That's why I left that. So I might do some little things, you know, like, if I can get this going. Okay, is going around the circles. Yeah, little lines, and this will lay on top now because we've sealed it. Yeah, and then carry on down here to it joins that together. Just do this in art journaling. So just go up there because I went down the other way. So like that. This is a Uniball. Okay, it's the liquid ink one. White Signo. Yeah, these are pretty good actually. They do fade after a while, but also some little group, say here, some little circles. And little crosses too. But I think I've actually, that's enough on there. I will show you the little crosses. Oh, perhaps I'll do it on this really dingy bit here, because this has not been glazed at all. So yeah, okay, and that works too. Yeah. And sometimes if you get a nice pattern in the back that you've stenciled, or some of the other ones that I saw that in, then you can actually draw around those, which can look quite nice. But do you know what? I'm really liking this one now. Yeah, and that looked nothing, did it? Yeah, quite autumny though. Yeah, I would like to see brighter colours myself. I think I liked using the glaze, or not the glaze, the wash. But I'm not sure whether I would, you know, do everything with it. But mind you, on this one, look, it's toned everything down, but look how nice that looks. So yeah, I think it's just the blues were a bit dark on there. So oops, I'll smudge all that. But yeah, quite happy. So let's do something with this little bit. Out of all that paper, I want that little bit. Right, I went ahead, made a few things up, right, because I was running out of time. I've got my roll here, the long one that I've done, that needs altering and stamping and everything else. Okay, I've just used up the bits. I think I've got a few left. I'm keeping them together because they all go together, you know what I mean? So yeah, lovely. Which was the first one? That one there. All right, so I used one of the cards I'd done previously, you know, and I used texture paste, so that's behind there. I've got a little bit of net in here, right, with spots on. I thought it went nicely with that, because remember I picked that piece of paper out because I really liked it, and just put a butterfly. Just it's really simple, but just to show that that can look quite nice. Got a little envelope here. It's not finished, this needs doing, but I've just got the size in there. Those cheap journaling cards I've got, you know, index cards, so that'll go there. So I know that I leave it a bit longer in case it depends on what I want to do at the top. So that's that one. There's another one from the embossed cards, quick, and then I'll just put a bit of sort of fibres down the bottom there. Okay, used another one there. Looks like a pineapple that though, doesn't it? Not a seed pod. This is just one of my mushroom cutways. Another bit of that went white. If you remember, I cut that edge, had the black and everything, and went white. Got a little surprise coming up with that. It's quite interesting. Hopefully I got enough to show you at the end of this video, because I'm you know, I had to go and make some because I was like getting a bit tired. So I just went and made a few things and then thought I'd come back and show you that. And then I've glossed that up, okay, because that's one of the ones that went white, so it became a bit boring really, didn't it? So I used the other end, the other side, and put some glaze on it. Yeah, that was one. That was a cut off. Oh, I'm just doing something with an envelope there, so I cut it to size, and that was on the table. So I just stuck that together because I thought that could go I like on the side of a page or something like that. Like, it can go there because I don't mind things sticking out. So that could go there. All right. And this, I thought, all right, as it was, I mean, I would have to say, if that was a plain piece, you know, this, if you look at that, I mean, it's a bit lumpy now because that's about 4 layers, but it wasn't. That would actually look quite nice sat on there. Yeah, or even totally cover that and have that there. That would be quite nice. No. Yeah, this is like a one. This is using one of the frames from Taperlogy that had some die cuts, didn't I? So I used 3 on there, look, and then one. Oh, and a ticket 4 actually. So that would sort of go there. Yeah. So that would go in the top spot. Then you've got your little envelope that you've seen, and even that would go quite nicely there because I've got a bit of bleed from, you know, when I tea stain this. So when I do that, I use these pages to tea stain, not tea stain, but to let the ink run on other pages. And then these I actually really like as well. So, and you get some really interesting results, and that absolutely goes perfectly there with that colour tone. So, yeah. Okay, what shall I show you? I'm going to show you that little thing that I found out. I found out with it turning white after it was black, because I put that gloss stuff on, didn't I? Which must have some form of glue or some chemical in it that reacts. So I thought I would try with glue, but it must probably cheaper with that than it is with this glue, because that's Cohol glue. That's quite reasonable, but if, that is mixed with 3-in-1 as well. But I just thought I'd show you. It's quite interesting. So I'm not sure which side is the bit that turns black. Like so. Nice and straight now. Then stamp over it. I bet you're thinking, you'll know what I'm going to do now. Don't worry, B. There it is, somewhere. Okay, might as well keep it in there. Right, and then you can play with the glue. I don't know what it is. Somebody might know out there, but I think it's absolutely brilliant. Let's just get this running. Okay. So I want it to run freely, so. You can do some patterns. I'm just got to drag there, look. Just got to watch the threads. But that's all right. Got one there as well. Clean off the nozzle. like so. But I do like the thinner lines. And should we do across, see if that works. Yep. So I'm wondering if like a really fine glue pen where you could write, wow, might be able to just do some good patterns. I did look, the one I done earlier, that was really neat. So this must have been glue. I thought it was gesso, didn't I? But it must have been glue. So that's brought that stamping back. Look. So out of all that, by playing and persevering, which wasn't working, this made us find that out. Because I've never seen it before, but don't get me wrong, it's most probably out there. Because I know there's other people, loads more other people that actually play with things as well. So better if it was more rounder, but it doesn't take much glue, mind. You can spread what you squeeze out. Just get the strands out of the way. There. Wonder how many of you knew that. Put a comment below and let me know, because I've never seen it. As I said, this was, you know, we've got loads of this stuff, so I'm trying to think of things to do with it. So, and that's going to be one of them for sure. So even not stamping, just create patterns. But I would like something, I'm just wondering if I could get a fine nozzle with that really liquidy stuff in and start writing, you know, do some fancy writing. It's all really squirrely. I might go and do that. So you might see a few pictures at the end of this video. Okay, well, thank you very much. That was quite a drawn out long video, but I will try and condense it down, because a lot of it was, you know, me just going wrong basically. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.